17, starting at verse 11.
Thank you, Lord God. Thank you, mighty God.
When you got it, you say, I got it.
I got it. Thank you,
When you
great
got it, shout, I got it.
Thank you,
Y'all
Lord.
almost got it. When you got it, shout, I got it.
I got it.
Y'all, I like her. I'm going to take her. When you got it, shout, I got it.
I got it.
Oh, I guess I have to go with that. And it reads, and it came to pass, as he went to Jerusalem, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were lepers, which stood afar off. Somebody say, stood afar off. Come on, somebody say, stood afar off. And they lifted up their voice and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, go show yourself unto the priest.
Yes, God.
And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, somebody say one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back. Sha-ta-ta-ta. And with a loud voice, glorified God.
My God.
Lord, let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy service, O Lord. For my 4-member church, I make 5. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I may be far from it, but it's closer to me. Look at another whole shy. Look at another neighbor and say, neighbor, I may be far from it, but it's closer to me. Come on, clap your hands and take your seat. In the text, we're witnessing men who have been counted out, crossed out, and chased out. But also in the text, we're looking at somebody who have been deemed not civilized. Because in the Bible days, when you had any kind of disease, you were not welcomed, you were not invited, but you were ignored. But because these men had leprosy,
My God.
they could not even visit their families.
My Jesus.
They could not even go to their regular churches. They were not even invited into the own city or country that they lived in. In the text, we see that because they had leprosy. Somebody shout leprosy.
Leprosy.
Leprosy was a disease that was internal, but you could see it on the outside.
My God.
Leprosy, when we see leprosy, the Bible talks about how the lepers were spotted. That's why they call them lepers, short for leopard, because they were spotted as if they were a leopard. And the thing about the spots, and I'm reminded of Naaman the leper. One thing about him, Naaman tried to cover himself, but he still was spotted. Is there anybody in here tonight that can say, Lord, I'm still trying to cover myself, but people keep seeing my spots? I know people keep seeing your sin. I know people keep trying to expose you of all your mess. I'm so glad that God didn't allow my mess to make me messy. He didn't allow my dirt to make me dirty. Do I have a witness in here that can say, Lord, I'm so thankful that you still bless me through my spots? I'm so glad that even though I'm spotted, wrapped up, tangled up, everything, I'm so glad that God still blesses me. See, sometimes you got to understand there are some people who gonna cast you out because you're spotted. I know I messed up. I know I've had babies out of wedlock, but I'm so glad that God's still blessing me even though I'm spotted. Is there anybody in here that says, thank God for the spots? I'm sorry, I may look like a 101 Dalmatian, but I'm so glad that God blessing me through my spots. Y'all ain't talking to me, that's fine. But I'm so glad that I'm so glad to be spotted. Yeah. See, one thing about somebody who's spotted, you don't have no hard time finding them. And that's something that you need to look at in the text. Just because I'm spotted, you may think that you're going to be blessed before me. But I come to let you know that Jesus ain't coming for nobody who's clean. That's why the blood washes me white as snow. I'm so glad that Jesus, I'm not coming. He's not coming looking for a perfect church, but he coming looking for a church. But just because I'm spotted, I'm not wrinkled. I'm so glad that just because people don't accept me, that God didn't reject me. Is there anybody in here that's just thankful that God didn't reject me when they didn't want to accept me?
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all want. I'm so glad that God didn't reject me. Yeah. I'm so glad that God didn't regurgitate my praise. I'm so glad that I got 99 problems, but that praise ain't one. Is there anybody in here that can say, I'm spotted, but I still got a praise? Yeah.
Praise. Come on, preach tonight.
Is there anybody in here that's on the spotted committee? Yes, Shatta. They can say, yeah, I messed up, but it ain't over for me. You don't want me to come preach for you, but it ain't over for me. My sermon don't stop just because your doors are closed. Because I just believe that God has something for me in 2014 that can't no devil, can't no Negro can stop. I wish somebody to just say, I'm spotted.
Spotted.
So, Jesus is entering into a certain place.
Yes.
Somebody say a certain place.
A certain place.
He's entering into a place where miracles have to happen. But before he can come in, Pastor Apostle, before he can go in, the people who need it the most have been put out. Have you ever been to a place where people, they want God, but the people who really need God have been put out? I come to let you know that we are the 10 lepers today. Do I got any lepers in here? Do I got any spotted people in here that can just say, God, I know I've been put out of many things. I know they don't accept me. They don't want to hear my hoop, nor my holler, nor my word. But God, I'm so glad that when they put me out, you met me at the front door. They can tell me to get the hell out, but I'm so glad that you brought heaven in. I'm so glad that God is at a place now where he can meet me before they can kick me out. So in the text, y'all sit down. In the text, right here in the text, Jesus is coming into a certain village.
Yes.
But the thing about it is that there's somebody outside of the certain village that needs the miracle.
Yes.
So the funny thing is, anybody that has a bad sickness, I know that different things are affected. I believe that your hearing will be affected. I believe that your smelling will be affected. I believe that your taste buds will be affected. But I also believe that your sight will be affected. So in this text, we see where these 10 men who are standing afar off from who they need the most.
Right.
And they holler, Master Jesus, have mercy upon us. You remember the old saints, the old Baptist saints who say, Lord, have mercy. Yeah, that's where this come from. Lord, have mercy. I'm so glad that when people didn't want to give me grace, neither mercy, I'm so glad that God still had some mercy.
Right.
God mercy kept me when I wanted to let go. But I'm so glad that, wow, yeah, I'm telling y'all, I've been a leper, I've been spotted. But I'm so glad in this text right here, we're seeing somebody who's standing afar off. But Jesus is closer than they think. Yeah, see, Jesus don't need to know your situation. He don't need to know your problem to solve it. That's a word for somebody. Jesus don't need to know your problem to solve it. That's what I've learned. I've learned to have a praise where my problem used to be. I learned to have a worship where my worry used to be. Is there anybody in here that can say, I still got to praise? So they said, Lord, have mercy. Y'all, I feel good tonight. They said, Lord, have mercy. Jesus turns around and hears the voice. That's why I can't stand quiet folks. Because God told me 2014, quiet folks won't get nothing. There is a sound in this place that God said, when you release the sound, I'll release your blessings. Is there anybody in here that just will release a sound right quick? I dare you to take 5 seconds and release a sound. I dare you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know about you, but I'm next in line for mine. Y'all ain't talking to your neighbor. I said, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know about you, but I'm next in line for mine. I'm next in line for mine. We may have pulled up at the same time, but I'm still next. Is there anybody in here that just believe that you next in line? I know Shirley Caesar says she's next in line for a miracle, but I'm sorry, Shirley, I just skipped you. And I just got to let you know that I'm next in line. Somebody shout, I'm next.
I'm next. Yes, that's it. Yes.
You may have been second, but I'm next. You may have been first, but I'm next. You need a little scripture for me. That's what he said. He said, I'll make the last first. Is there anybody in here that's glad that God made you skip the line?
Yes. My God.
I know that you see the favor on somebody else's life, but there's a difference between God giving a favor and God doing a favor. Yeah, some of these people who are going up now, you see God doing a favor, but the reason why you seeing God doing a favor because He's about to give you favor. Yeah, see, there's a difference between God doing you a favor and God giving you favor. But I just believe there's somebody in here that's about to get some favor. God ain't got to do you no favor. You just gonna walk in favor. Do I have any favor walkers in here that just believe that I'm about to walk in favor? You may be hurting, you may be crying, but I tell you, you get ready to walk in favor. Somebody shout favor.
Preach, man.
Come on, Heath.
You may thought that I was the weakest link goodbye, yeah. But at the same time, God said I'm next. I may not have the best preaching voice, but I come to let somebody know. I come to let somebody know that I'm next in line. I wish you would look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know about you and I don't know where you stand with God, but all I got to tell you is just I'm next in line for mine. Y'all ain't talking to me in here. But I dare you to just look at somebody in their eye. I don't care if they cock out and twist it out. Look at them in the eye and say, baby, I'm next in line for mine. Yeah. Realize that when you're next, people who feel like they should have been next try to kill your position of being next.
Wow.
I'll say it again. When you stand in the position of being next, people who thought that they were next don't try to kill your position of being next. That's why you have so many scandals. That's why you have so many people trying to expose one another. And that's why Memphis has this mentality of crab life, because they feel as if they should be next. But the thing is, when the position is already filled, they got to just get connected. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you better connect with me. See, even if you can't connect to my source, you better get on my extension cord, because I'm getting ready to go somewhere. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm getting ready to go somewhere. If you don't get on it now, you gonna miss it. Because when I leave, you ain't gonna, y'all ain't getting with me tonight. But I'm getting ready to go somewhere. How do I know? Because he said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings. I feel like preaching in here. They shall mount up with wings as an eagle. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, drop down and get your eagle on. I got somebody to just jump up on your feet and say, I'm getting ready to put my wings on. Y'all sitting up here looking at me like your stuff don't say. But I come to let you know that I'm getting ready to get out of here. I don't know about you.